All right, guys. Today we're going to talk about man babies, not man boobies, even though that man babies probably have man boobies as well. But there is a trend that I see on social media. There's a trend that I see with guys that want to, they think they want to sign up for the Agoge, and they just act like little bitches. And I'm talking about 40-year-old plus men. And it blows my mind how these grown men can be passive aggressive, can then go on social media and talk shit. And I had one guy, you see the one guy who was going to hit me with a baseball bat or baseball. I don't know if he said baseball bat. I think he meant baseball bat, but he said baseball. Anyways, so I gave him the address to the business. I said, come on down, bro. We'll have a chat. We'll see how that 300-pound body treats you against mine. Nonetheless, obviously it's a systemic issue with this world and the internet world, the social media world of what are they called? Keyboard warriors. But nonetheless, I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about how to avoid acting like a man baby and to develop real leadership skills. Like, how do we go from this low level, just weak beta male? I don't even say a beta male, just like a weak man, mentally and physically, to a real leader, a real man with true masculinity, right? So the men that act like babies, the nice guys, if you will, they tend to be very passive aggressive. They can't articulate themselves. They can't give you a direct answer, whether it's a negative or a positive answer. They just can't answer you, so they pass it off, or they give you a passive aggressive comment, or they say, well, let me go talk to my wife because my balls are in her purse and she controls everything. And the reality is that's not even the case. The reality is they don't have the intestinal fortitude to speak to another man and say, I can't do that, or this is where I'm at, or do you have another option, or something like that. Or they get sulky, and you've probably seen the guys that pout in the corner because they didn't get what they want, or their wife said something to them, so they're sulking and pouting in the corner like a little baby. Or they just go unresponsive. They just clam up and they can't talk to you about anything. They avoid difficult conversations. So what do? They just zone out and play video games on their phone, or they get into some sort of destructive behavior, whether it's pornography and drugs and different things like that. Unfortunately, this kind of behavior, this passive aggressive man baby behavior, turns into some really negative things that will destroy people's lives, destroy relationships. And the reality is, if you're a woman watching this, I guess this is not the description of the man that you want. So how do we become a real man? A real man exudes leadership. He exudes confidence. He has a very high level of communication skills. He can communicate well. He understands where he's at, who he is as a person, and he can communicate that to another human being. So rule number one for how not to be a man baby, be assertive, not aggressive. And not aggressive meaning no airlat guys, no false bravado. Assertive and aggressive are two different things, okay? Assertive is creating boundaries. Assertive is being clear in communication. It's not about being hostile or aggressive or yelling and seeing who can be the loudest in the room. It's just being confident in the things that you say, okay? By doing so, you can avoid resorting to passive-aggressive behavior, and instead, you can build very long-standing relationships. The way I've gotten to where I'm at in this life and my success is not with me alone. It is a team of people. It's definitely not a self-made, system. Those people that say self-made. It is a team of individuals and a group of individuals and people that I've cultivated very deep relationships with, that I have learned from and I can rely on, okay? But by doing so, I learned how to communicate. I learned how to be assertive in my life, be confident. and it has served me well. Rule number 2, listen to others. You have two. Everybody's heard that old saying that your grandfather said or your uncle said, "You've got 2 ears and 1 mouth." What does that mean? Listen twice as much as you speak. As I've gotten older, as I said in the previous video, the more I realize, the older I get, the more I realize I don't know, but the more that I want to know. So I have a very good circle of people that I listen to. And one of my mentors, actually Kirk Weisler, he never really answers your question. He just asks more questions because he fully wants to understand the issue. He fully wants to understand your story. He fully wants to understand where you're coming from. And by doing so, you're able to express yourself in ways that maybe you didn't even know. So you say a whole story or a problem that you're having, he just asks more questions. Because as a leader, you have to wonder. You have to have curiosity as a leader. Where is this person coming from? What's the deep-rooted reason why they're frustrated? What's the real, I want the meat, man. I don't want the surface shit. I want the meat. I want their goods. I want the real goods. So listen to others. When somebody comes to you and says something, ask more questions. Don't necessarily offer a solution out the gate. Ask. Ask more. Wonder. Be curious. What motivates them? So listen more than you speak. Here's the one that's always, it's just going to be a constant. Take responsibility for your actions. Lose your ego, lose your pride. Your ego doesn't serve you, your pride doesn't serve you. Matter of fact, I don't know the name of the guy. He wrote Ego is the Enemy. I forgot his name. Anyways, look up Ego is the Enemy. Phenomenal book, and ego is the enemy. Your ego does not serve you. Matter of fact, it creates boundaries from you learning and experiencing and gaining more perspective that makes you a better leader. So take responsibility for your actions. If you fuck up, own it and let other people know that you own it. It's okay to own your mistakes. It's okay to fail. It's okay to make mistakes. Own them and learn from them. Write them down in your book. All right? Rule number 4, develop emotional intelligence. This is a huge one. Nowadays, I feel like everybody's emotional intelligence is on the lowest of the low. This is the great thing about that, though, is this. If you have even an ounce of emotional intelligence, you immediately stand above the others. Emotional intelligence is this. You don't react. Somebody says something, they try to get something out of you. You have the emotional intelligence to remain calm. You react in your best interest of you, your family, and your team. If someone does something to you and you react, who's in control of them? That person. That person is in control of you. They did something, you reacted based off of their action, and now they can manipulate you. They push your button, you react. I don't know about you, but I personally don't want to be controlled by anyone. I want to be in control of my actions, my moves. If this game in life is a game of chess, well, it's my strategy, not yours. Some of you motherfuckers are playing checkers against yourself. So, develop emotional intelligence. Rule number 5, the last rule for not acting like a man baby with man boobs is be a leader. What does be a leader mean? It means setting the example. Set the example for others to emulate. Set a positive example. When you set a positive example and you're living, let's say the 4 pillars that are, there's an ebook down below that you can click and get for free. It's the 4 pillars, Marine Raiders 4 pillars to supercharge your life. If you read that and you're living by those 4 pillars, you are not just talking about it, but you're being about it. You are staying physically fit. You're staying disciplined. You have a high level of self-worth because you believe in yourself. You understand your vision and where you're going. And you know the why behind it all. You know you're a why. Your mission, your why, that you are doing the hard things. That you're doing the hard work. You understand why you're being assertive. You understand why you listen to others. You understand why you're taking responsibility for your actions. You understand why you have to develop a better emotional intelligence. You understand why you have to be a leader and why you have to set the example. And when you do, you build a reputation of one. You build a reputation of someone who is a high-level leader. You build a reputation as someone who is trustworthy and who is competent. Someone that they will come to you when they need things. That your wife will look at you in awe. That your kids will look at you like you're a superhero. I imagine that's the man that you want to be, not the man baby with man boobs. So in the link below is a book, is a free ebook, How to Supercharge Your Life with these 4 pillars, written by myself. Go click it. It's free. Enjoy. Go change your life. If you know someone who's acting like a man baby, have the balls to send them this video. Click share, link, screen grab, tag me, share it on your social media. If you're listening to it, do me a favor, drop 5-star reviews. The more we can get of those, the more we can beat that algorithm and spread these positive messages for the men to be better. The better the world and our communities are going to get. You guys know the deal. Never quit, never surrender, always forward. We'll see you guys in the next video.